Good morning, my friends. I'm Dr. Sam Thompson. A few years ago, an 81-year-old woman said something to me that I've never forgotten. She looked down at her hands and quietly said, "Dr. Sam, I don't mind getting older. I just don't want my daughter helping me stand up from a chair." That sentence stayed with me because after 20 years caring for older adults, I've learned something important. Most people aren't afraid of birthdays. They're afraid of losing the little things that make life feel like their own. Making breakfast, walking to the mailbox, carrying groceries, or simply getting out of a chair without needing help. And today, I'd like to show you one small movement that may help protect those moments for many years to come. Many people believe walking is the best exercise they can do after 60. And honestly, walking is wonderful. It supports your heart. It lifts your mood. It helps you enjoy fresh air and stay connected with the world. But here's something many people don't realize. Walking doesn't always prepare your body for everyday tasks. Standing up from the toilet, getting out of bed, climbing stairs, or rising from a sofa after watching television. Those simple activities require strength. And surprisingly, one of the best ways to maintain that strength may already be sitting in your living room. Several physical therapists have shared something interesting with me over the years. When they want to understand how well an older adult is aging, they often watch one simple movement. Can this person sit down and stand back up safely? Not because they want perfect technique, not because they expect anyone to become an athlete, but because this movement tells us so much. It reflects leg strength, balance, confidence, and perhaps most importantly, it reflects how easily someone can continue living independently. The movement I'm talking about is often called a chair squat. But please, don't let the name worry you. It simply means sitting down and standing back up slowly. That's all. No gym membership, no heavy weights, no special equipment, just a chair and your own body. This simple movement gently strengthens your thighs, your hips, your stomach muscles, and the muscles that help keep you steady if you suddenly lose balance. Sometimes the smallest habits quietly protect our independence the most. The movement I'm talking about is often called a chair squat. But please, don't let the name worry you. It simply means sitting down and standing back up slowly. That's all. No gym membership, no heavy weights, no special equipment, just a chair and your own body. This simple movement gently strengthens your thighs, your hips, your stomach muscles, and the muscles that help keep you steady if you suddenly lose balance. Sometimes the smallest habits quietly protect our independence the most. There is another reason I appreciate this movement so much. And honestly, it has very little to do with exercise. It has to do with confidence. As we grow older, many people quietly begin avoiding certain activities, not because they don't enjoy them anymore, but because they're afraid. Afraid of slipping, afraid of losing balance, afraid of not being able to get back up. And little by little, their world becomes smaller. They visit friends less often. They stop gardening. They avoid long walks. And sometimes they simply stay home. Practicing this simple chair movement reminds your body that it still knows how to rise. It still knows how to stay steady. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds your mind that you are more capable than you may think. Now, I know some of you may be listening and thinking, "Dr. Sam, that sounds helpful, but my knees hurt." Or perhaps your lower back feels stiff in the morning. Maybe you've been inactive for years. And honestly, those concerns are completely understandable. Your body has a history. It has carried you through decades of work, family responsibilities, stress, and countless ordinary days. But here's the encouraging part. You don't need to squat deeply. You don't need to move quickly. And you certainly don't need to force your body into discomfort. You simply move through the range that feels safe today. Even standing up halfway from a chair can be a wonderful place to begin. Because progress doesn't begin when we do more. It begins when we gently do something we thought we couldn't do anymore. Over the years, I've noticed something interesting. The people who age well are rarely the ones who exercise the hardest. More often, they're the people who simply keep showing up. A few minutes today, a few minutes tomorrow, and then they do it again the following week. I once spoke with an 82-year-old gentleman who told me, "Dr. Sam, I only do 5 chair squats a day." And I smiled, because 5 done almost every day for a year is far more powerful than 50 done once and then forgotten. Our bodies respond beautifully to gentle reminders, not punishment, not exhaustion, just small moments of movement repeated with care. Sometimes consistency isn't exciting, but consistency quietly changes lives. Before we move on, I'd like to share one small habit that many people find surprisingly helpful. It has nothing to do with strength, and it doesn't cost a penny. It's simply the way you breathe. As you begin standing up from the chair, gently breathe out through your mouth. No need to force it, just a slow, comfortable breath. And as you sit back down, breathe in quietly through your nose. Many older adults tell me this makes the movement feel smoother, more relaxed, and easier to control. Perhaps it's because breathing reminds us not to rush. And honestly, that's a lesson many of us need as we grow older. Not everything has to be done quickly. Sometimes moving slowly is exactly what keeps us steady. There is something else we rarely talk about. And honestly, it has very little to do with muscles. It has to do with fear. Many older adults don't stop doing things because they want to. They stop because they become worried. Worried about slipping. Worried about losing balance. Worried that if they fall, they may never fully recover. And little by little, their world begins to shrink. They stop visiting friends. They stop walking through the park. They stop attending family gatherings, not because they no longer enjoy these moments, but because they no longer trust their bodies. And that may be one of the saddest losses of all, because confidence is not only about feeling strong. Confidence is believing that your body is still capable of carrying you through the life you love. Before we say goodbye today, I'd like to leave you with one simple thought. Growing older doesn't mean doing everything you used to do. It means protecting the things that still matter most. Making your own breakfast, walking through your garden, visiting a friend, playing with your grandchildren, or simply standing up from a chair and feeling steady on your feet. Perhaps you don't need to change your entire life this week. Perhaps all you need is 1 chair, 5 slow repetitions, and a small promise to yourself, I'm not giving up on my body. Because every gentle movement you make today is really an investment in tomorrow. Before you leave, I'd love to hear from you. How old are you today? And how many chair squats do you think you can comfortably do right now? Share your answer below. I read every comment, and I truly enjoy hearing your stories. Until next time, take care of yourself. Move gently. Stay curious. Your independence is worth protecting.